Whoa, whoa,
Woo,
whoa.
woo, woo, woo.
Gang with it.
Woo, woo, woo,
Not gonna lie, I'm surprised
woo.
everybody. They better not tell me everybody about to be chilling all of a sudden, damn it. Well, everybody all in Chrissy's after space, right? What it look like?
Yeah, they know they got to come in this one.
They know it's required.
No, it's required.
Correct.
Where's the hot topic? No, not breaking news. Where's the little fucking thingy of Oh, I shouldn't curse that much on here. We're being recorded.
Yeah. We gonna figure it out.
I need to do the. Oh, where is it? That's it. I want to do the little like fancy little current tweet thingies. You know what I'm talking about? Those little things. Unpopular opinion.
Not even.
So wholesome. Twitter, do your thing. I'm gonna do breaking news. It's breaking news. It is today.
Yeah, I forgot what that was all about. Hello,
everybody. We still getting set up. But y'all can come in, of course.
We still waiting on everybody to pop up in here, I think. Anyways,
and then
I see.
I'm going to put our payment methods down here in the comments.
Thank you for that. Yeah, sure, it's necessary. Put your people on.
The censoring in Cash App is always funny.
Why do you say that?
Because you have to censor the A's so the bots don't come up. Your thing is Jupiter Jack 118, right?
Correct. I got it on my page.
And then my name. And then I'm going to put my PayPal down here because I use that.
Okay, bet. Hello, everybody popping in. I'm trying to wave to everybody. Goddamn.
You don't have Venmo, do you?
I do.
Okay, I'm gonna put Cash App, PayPal. What's your Venmo?
I'm about to send it to you right now, but it's Jupiter Jack _AM. In case you gotta look at it.
I don't know how Venmo links work. I'm gonna put Jupiter Jack _AM. Okay, all their shit should be right there. I gotta stop cursing. Oh my god.
Thank you, Jose. What'd you say?
I gotta stop cursing.
You're right. Oh man. Over here, come on, laughing and whatnot. Thank you.
Guys, I see some people trying to come in up on the speakers, but we will be accepting people after we're done with the mini lesson. It won't take that long. Y'all can bombard us when we're done.
Exactly. Oh, it's midnight. Do you want to give them more time or want to get straight to
it? No, give them a little more. A minute or two. Hi, everyone. Hi, Hall B.
I can do that.
When Hall B is in, I think we can start. No, I'm kidding. Not yet. Give them like two minutes. But we should be good.
Yo, somebody going off.
Hello.
Somebody's mad. Hello, Hall B. How are you?
Hall being around. How are you?
Doing good. Let's see. So 12:01. We got some people coming in. Who else popped up? Hey, Anna. You see? Hello. I see. Okay. Everyone I can't wave to. Hello. Hi. How are you? Okay. Let's get this going. Man, I am ready for this to start. 12:02. Man, I ain't got time for this. Joe, we about to get at it.
Yes, sir.
Okay, of course, my love. Are you? All right. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming to our space. I know you've been in quite a lot of spaces over the past 10 hours or 11. But we're hoping that this one will be a lot more decompressing and a lot more fun for you. First, we're going to educate you a bit. First off, show of hands. Who here knows what a persona chart is? Absolutely nobody. I love it. Perfect.
No, someone know what it is. Y'all just there we go. There we go.
Okay, there we go. Perfect. Well, shoot, we're here for y'all to be entertained, and we're going to educate to those that don't. My name is Jupiter. You can call me Jupe for short.
And I'm Josephinus, but you can call me Joe.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about Venus persona chart. I won't bug you with the soundboard, I promise. So, a persona chart. It's a chart that you cast over any natal placement that you want within, the first solar return to study it more profoundly, to give it a little more detail into what they want to say. Joe, before I move forward, can you tell us a little bit more about what Venus might mean in any chart?
Yeah, so Venus's topics overall deal with any insight to values, and this can be in the typical case of love and beauty, or in our relationships, not just romantic, but also platonic, and of course the things we deem pretty, the things we like to look at, our aesthetics, and it also gives us a sense of security and our insecurities, and our self values.
As a Capricorn, I'm gonna add that it can also mean your finances. But anyways, a persona chart can be read. And by the way, thank you for that, Joe. Reading a persona chart is very similar to reading a natal persona chart. It's just, well, in this case with Venus persona, you want to read it how Venus will read it. In other words, you want to read it with Venusian themes, like what Joe said, with love, beauty, aesthetics, like as mentioned, finance, things of that nature. So Joe, can you give us a run through on what the planets might mean when it comes to Venus persona?
Absolutely. All right. So the sun is probably one of the biggest, most important things in a persona chart in general because it's how the planet gets its chart in the first place. And since the sun is an influencer of life and it's a centralizer, um, for our ego, our pride, it really centralizes the ideas of that planet. And of course, with Venus, it's the values, it's the love, it's the beauty, and we're gonna bombard those words into your brains tonight. So just bear with us for these next 2 hours because it's gonna come up a lot. Um, but yeah, and moving on to the moon, the other luminary, it does represent our emotions in the sensuality of Venus and the comfort we want, and our securities and our materials around us, but also where we can gain that stability, that emotional stability in our relationships, and how we want to be treated by partners and the people we interact with. Mercury, of course, being a planet that deals with the way we think, it shows the thoughts of our values and how we end up communicating that. It's our communication style or pattern, and how we voice ourselves, and that can show how how often, how rich, how much in depth, how detailed we can say some of the things that we really care about, and then how we talk in our partnerships and voice what we want. Now, Venus, the star of the show, a planet in their own persona just emphasizes that natal placement. And of course, like I said, Venus's value, love, aesthetics, and so that's amplified in her own persona, and it gives us a deeper meaning and a heavier emphasis, to said planet. Now, Mars, I like to call the motivator because Mars is our drive where we assert ourselves. But being in Venus's persona, he's kind of like her antithesis, and so it can kind of show where she loses herself in a way. Venus is known to be sensual, more delicate, but we know she can have a kick. We know she can be a baddie, and so in terms of that, it can show how our sensuals might turn sexual. It can see how we interact with the physical of what we feel, and how we exert them into what we have and who we love. Moving on to Jupiter, we know the standard for expansion and luck. And together, in a typical natal chart, they're the great, not the great benefics together, but they're the benefics. So it really shows where a lot of good can come, but over excess. But we'll get to that later if need be. But together shows the material girl. It shows where a lot of joy can come with what a Venus can bring. Jupiter is the planet of agility overall, so yes. And alongside that, since Jupiter is another planet that deals with our thought process, it's our beliefs and how deep we go into our values and relationships, and kind of like a philosophy about that. But then again, when you're in love, for example, you don't really think about the philosophy, but it's still there. It's still like a deeper, enticing feeling and thought process that we get lost in. Moving on to Saturn, it's how the structure of our values then get built through life, and it's how everything culminates in in your life in terms of the lessons and Saturn and its karma, and how that can end up sculpting you, as a person, and what you deem that you need in life to bring that security and that comfort, within partnerships, and honestly just how you like things being around you. Of course, the aesthetics don't have to be to your own self. Of course, your home is extremely important, and Saturn is a great foundation to have that and build up. Now Uranus is where that uniqueness comes from. In terms of a societal standpoint, we have been categorized into so many things. And in terms of Venus, we all have love languages. There's five, six maybe, but it's the way that multiple people will end up liking the same thing and, being able to relate in the same way. However, how do we have that individual sense, brought into that? Where are we different? And that's what Uranus will bring. And it's really how we show our differences in what we care about and what we deem important. Um, Moving on to Neptune, the higher octave of Venus, it really shows the higher values of your dreams, your love, your senses, and overall is the glamorizer of life. And it's really how the illusion plays out and how we get lost in our Venusian ways. Um, and how we end up wanting to visualize what we want in life. And last but not least, we have Pluto, which shows the deeper, more somber, darker experiences of life, and how all of our Venusian traits can end up moving from that sense of light, passion, happiness. We know Venus is the brightest planet when we look at her, and Pluto being all the way at the outside of the solar system, it shows the darkness and how we might retreat in terms of those life-changing situations that we might deal with Venus. And so it really allows us to show the appreciation, to see the appreciation of all that can come with all the planets before him. But it also can show how our darkest times will transform into that, um, those times of happiness again, and how we would see ourselves, reevaluate ourselves. And yeah, that's all the planets. And in terms of the ascendant, of course, it's just the way we map out the chart. Thousands of other people were born the same day as you, and so that's how we make the chart your chart. Yeah, that's the rundown.
Thank you so much. Alrighty. So now that we got a little rundown on what it's all about, some of y'all know that I've been running these spaces a little bit on Venus Persona. I missed a couple people that are near and dear to my heart on here, so I'm gonna try to invite them up so we can read their charts. We got Lucas. We got Christy. I don't know if they're getting the invites. Joe, help me out here. There it is. Boom, third time's the charm. What's up, Lucas? How you feeling?
Hello, I'm good.
How you feeling, Christy?
Y'all sound tired.
You know we've been jumping these spaces. It's good though. It's okay.
No worries, no worries.
You were just on Christie's panel moments ago. You know she did her hostess with the mostest. Give her some grace.
I'm here.
Yeah. She did great too.
She did a great one too at that. Let's best believe. All right,
Thank you.
So we're gonna get into it real quick. I'm gonna start with Lucas.
I just put the chart in the comment section and it's on the jumbo.
Oh, perfect. There it is. So, for the record, y'all, Lucas is an Aquarius Sun, Virgo Moon, Gemini Rising, and if I'm not mistaken, an Aquarius Venus. A little tip: him and I actually have this thing where our persona charts are going to look a little bit similar to our natal charts. That's because of the nature of Venus. You might see a little bit of similarity. It's just going to be a couple differences. But with that said, Susanna said it twice for God knows the reason. Let's see what we got here. In this chart, his Venus has an Aquarius Sun and Venus, a Scorpio Moon. Oh, and it's in the third house, House of Joy. And you have a Virgo Rising. Oh Lord, with Chiron on the midheaven. Oh Jesus. Okay. Let's see. It's lower in the 12th house. Let's see which placement I want to tackle first. Oh, I just realized. Virgo Rising. So Neptune rules your 7th house. Are you a heavy romantic?
Not really. Not really,
huh? You got Uranus and Neptune conjunct together, ruling that 7th house. Describe your I guess your relationship with romance is what I'll say.
Relationship with romance, or like
visualizing how you want the relationship to go.
Well, I feel I definitely want things to go a specific way, even though I do have the awareness that, it's not going to go the way. Like I always I like to picture dialogues in my head happening if I'm, talking to somebody or like interested in somebody. I don't know if people relate to that. I think some people relate to that. Like when you like go to bed and have like, you want a dream to go a certain way, and you have like those conversations, or like you want a conversation to go a certain way and you're dreaming about this, but I don't know. It's like I want to fantasize, but I'm like, I already shut down the fantasy because I'm like, that's not real life. So I kind of like, I don't know. I feel like my relationship with romance is like, I wish it was more catered to my fantasy, but I'm going to still be realistic about it, which kind of like, I guess, ruins it.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, I personally want to pick that up only because I got this Neptune in the 5th. I figured things would be a little bit more. Well, maybe it's just a simple fact that because you have that certain vision in your head for it, it might be very strong, but very unique to you. Joe, what do you think about that part? I'm trying to be light.
Yeah, my first initial thought with that 7th house is the way I know in terms of you meeting people, you're already like, weary. You're already an aqua sign. You don't like to deal with people, right? And in terms of getting closer to people, it's not, I don't want to say difficult, but it's the fact that these people need like a really deep connection with you, and you'll know that off the bat and how everything tends to flow. Um, but along with that, we do have Jupiter conjunct the moon in Scorpio. I'm gonna call that a conjunction. I don't really know the degrees. I'm not about to look deep into that right now. And along with that, I think that I think no, bitch, I know that that's a big pinpoint on the gravity of how you end up just getting close in your relationships, and how tight they'll end up getting, because there needs to be that very, very strong sense of comfort, and these people really need to know how you feel. They need to understand how you feel, and when they accept you for who you are, how you are, um you really feel that sense to actually be you. um and with, let's see what else we got going on here. um I don't remember what I was gonna do. Sorry. I'm gonna pull this chart up in a different housing system so I can see another thing. But other than that, what else would I have to say? I think that's pretty much the gist of it. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, the moon Jupiter conjunction thing going on. Yeah, I definitely resonate with that.
Dope.
I see this Mars is in the 5th. Are you normally the one that has to set up the date?
Sometimes, and I hate it though. Or like I hate that it comes to not even just the day, but like initiating a conversation to get there. Because I want to not be the one to initiate it, but then you wait for so long. It's like, okay, apparently I have to be the one to do this. But
Right. Like, you got to be like, okay, so since no one else wants to be man enough to take care of this, I got this. I feel you. Mm-hmm.
I do want to say my initial thought when it comes to looking at this chart isn't a sense of other people love. It's a sense of self-love that certain people will end up, what's the word for making something stronger? You know
Well,
what I mean.
I was gonna say embracing, like embracing that he has
Yeah,
a certain
yeah.
status of self love.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, word to that Chiron on the ascendant. I can see that for sure. Like, it's in the 12th house, though, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how that's like. I live like that. It's the way that a lot of self-worth does come through a mental state, but they know how it's like a natural tendency to how on what the a natural tendency on how to end up healing those around you, but you end up getting some of that too. Even though you know who heals the healer, you still end up learning that yourself as you grow. And in terms of all the values and self love, it might end up struggling in terms of finding out how to love yourself. But when you figure it out, it's strong.
I feel that. While you were explaining that, I noticed the chart wheel over here is conjunct Saturn.
Mm-hmm.
Lucas, are you the type to overthink uh, how you take care of like somebody?
Overthink period. Also because I already have Mercury Saturn conjunct natally anyway, because this isn't far off from my natal chart.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, no, yeah, overthink. That's it.
No, I'm seeing it. It looks like you got this Mercury. See, knowing that we got the same like 10 days apart, right? I know you got that Saturn still squaring up with Pluto, huh? In the North Node,
Mm-hmm.
and now Mercury wants to play games. That's perfect. So I looked at it as if, even though, yeah, Saturn can be a little bit, malefic, and then Mercury plays as a malefic in this chart. I looked at it as this might be, at least here being in the sixth house, this might be an area where it might slow down because this is Saturn trying to like delay how Mercury plays its part in this chart. So I don't know if it's like a case of well, if we're talking self-love, like a certain like self-care routines or whatever, you might have that on point. Uh, and then trying to take control of it with Pluto, that might be, well, no, it's square, so that's definitely going to be an issue here. Lucas, I'm gonna ask you real quick because it's on my mind looking at Pluto. How do you deal with breakups?
Not the best, but I don't want to take up so much time, but I'll just say one of my worst breakups happened during the Trump election. If you want to, we elected him into office. That was during like the same time, like the same week. So that was a rough week. But it's like knowing, even in that moment, I knew something was happening because I know when people change, they're like the way they talk and the way they send texts and everything, and it's like I'm already preparing for what's gonna happen, and then once it happens, it's just like I'm a mess. But yeah.
Interesting.
Looking at that chart ruler of, well, it is the chart ruler, duh, and the midheaven ruler in Pisces, in the seventh, with that Jupiter conjunction and that square to Pluto, and I'm also gonna throw Rahu in there. It's the way that a lot of that you'll probably sit on that a lot. And of course it'll eat you, but I do see some sort of distancing and sitting a lot in your thoughts, and yes, it will carry on with you for a long time. However, there is still this escapism that I think escapism isn't great all the time, but escapism is great when you need it and you know how to do it right. Pisces, Saturns, they get lost, but they kind of they know how to navigate the fog. They know how to, they have a little gust of wind to help them along the way and clear some things up. The Neptunian mist isn't against them, especially with the first decan of Pisces being Saturnian. I do think that there is still a strong self of stability that Saturn can lose while being in a water sign, let alone a mutable sign. So yeah, to summarize, I think that is a great place to stop, because these readings, we were trying to get a lot of y'all in, and we're trying to go a bit deep. If you want a deeper reading, then of course just DM us. Jupe and I will tell you about our services. But with that, we will be moving on to Christie's now.
Thank you for that, Lucas. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you, Lucas.
Thank you both. That was perfect.
Can I add something right before we get to Christy?
Hi.
Yeah, so Christie's is put on the jumbo.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll just go in with her. And Lucas, I'm going to hit you up in a second. Let's see what's going on with Christie's percent, sir. Ooh,
so, this chart is a Sagittarius with a Gemini sun and a Pisces moon. Yeah. And the chart, where's Jupiter? In Aries. Okay.
Real quick, before we go in, just so y'all know, Christy, the Taurus queen, is indeed a Taurus sun with a Virgo moon and a Pisces rising, and a devious little Gemini Venus ruling her sun.
Shut your ass up. Stop talking about my Gemini Venus.
Thank you, Alana. You know I had to do that. Listen.
God damn.
Look, I had to. It's all out of love. Oh, and since Chrissy was the second one we had, just so y'all know, anyone can grab a mic. If y'all want to get y'all's next, I'm gonna throw I'll throw the link up after this, but I put it in the comments where y'all can find your own natal chart. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
gonna put it up there
Venus
because
persona chart.
he gonna do it later. I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh, okay, fine. Thank you. So while you do that, I'm gonna take a gander at her chart. Motherfucker, where is it? Oh, trying to watch my mouth. This is a recorded line.
We're trying to be good tonight.
Y'all know this.
Aw.
Y'all know that's hard for my Aries moon here.
Look at y'all behaving. I'm so proud of
It's
myself.
not just the Aries moon that make that difficult
You
for
know,
you.
don't come for him. I'm proud of my babies, but to pretend to be PG.
Thank you.
You know,
I feel my cheeks getting
speaking
pinched and everything. All right, so go ahead. You got something on your mind. Talk to me.
speaking of being put in the comments, I am gonna put the chart of when the space opens. And just a little fun fact: Venus, the Kizimi is happening conjunct my midheaven, so this is a very important time for me.
Ooh.
I just wanted to say that it's a fun time. We're all gonna have fun tonight. I should have said that at the beginning.
Yes,
but the link is now in the comment section. So go pull up your persona charts and look at them while we look at Christie's. Okay.
Cool. And lucky you, because it's squaring the hell out of my Sun and Venus. But anyways, back to Christie's chart. We got a nice little grand trine in here I like to see. It sounds like there might be some protection in terms of your love life. I hope. I feel like you're going to tell me something different. Jesus Christ. All right, so Gemini Sun in the 6th. Sag rising. Where's that chart ruler? Where you at?
Jupiter's in Aries in the 4th.
Why can't I see it? Oh, thank you. Okay.
You're right. I had trouble finding it too.
Do you like your? You feel me? Right. Christy, do you like your partners feeling like happy and at home with you at all?
Yes. They need to be in my bed 24/7. So yes.
Oh.
I have to trap them.
Oh, trap them. Oh my.
Oh.
Okay. Be with me forever.
I'm curious as to how you trap them.
Because I'm hot. I can cook.
I knew it. I knew it. Of course, it's trap. Of course,
I got good, So like, just stay there in my bed.
It's giving Black Widow. It's the Mars Jupiter opposition.
Listen, don't come for Christy. If they fall for the Garden of Eden Taurus treatment, then they fall for the Garden of Eden Taurus treatment, okay?
Don't blow up her spot like that. Just
Chrissy know I love her, man. Knock it off. Come on now.
I just want them with me.
I got a feeling.
No, but with you saying that, it's really that Mars. That Mars is really catching my eye. First of all, it's debilitated, and I think it's retrograde. Maybe not, because I know your Mars natally is not over there. So he backtracked a little bit. And being opposite that Jupiter, and if we go in a whole sign, that is the Aries 5th house. And so there is this typical like Martian Venusian, like, hey, your husband, get home, like, come here. And it's that pull that Venus has. Like I said, it's where you assert your dominance. It's where you assert yourself. In turn, you can assert your dominance. And it does end up being that pull. I do notice in a Venus persona, like Mars is still it's more of a pull than natally, and Venus is that push. So I like that one.
And it's ruled by Venus as well, so it makes it a little bit less malefic, less instinctive intentions, or less like
less rough.
Less wild, yeah.
I do want to point out that Venus in a T square with it. Is that in Cancer? Or is that Leo? Chrissy, can you send me the table real quick, because some of these Leo. Points. It's Leo. Okay.
Definitely Leo.
Oh, then it's not a T square.
It's on that cusp.
Is it a T square?
It's a critical degree. Yes, it's a T square with wait.
That doesn't look like a T. Okay, regardless.
I know what you're saying.
I'm gonna use that as a T square, because I see two. Venus, listen.
Look, it's meeting in opposition, like behind.
The Venus really tries, but there's way too much tension that there needs to be a balance in this. That Jupiter and that Mars that would end up granting that. Jupiter's really trying to stay calm in some harsh energy, being ruled by some
harsh energy, and then Venus kind of getting in the middle of that. It can show where the certain sides would end up getting tipped a whole lot more, and it seems like that side of what's the word, of your pull onto somebody can I possibly like suffocate them. If you think a little bit how planets work, Jupiter is a gas giant, and Mars and Venus, yes, Venus is covered in sulfuric acid, so poison, love is poison. But regardless, the fact that Mars is the only like solid core thing that we could probably survive on, there's a lot of strength being put into that direction. And with that, there needs to be some way that your partners don't feel like they're suffocating themselves. Just a little advice. That's what I see.
Okay, well, it's either I'm doing too much or I'm doing too little, like attention wise. So what the fuck do you want? What do you want? Because I don't know
In
what to
terms
give
of
you.
attention, okay, there's a difference between giving attention and snatching it.
Yeah,
Okay,
everybody
perhaps.
know I'm right.
Okay, and what is that difference? I need y'all to explain.
No, it's just like one of the Mars way of attention. The Mars way of attention is like getting duct tape and holding them hostage. The Jupiter way, I'm sorry. Yeah, sure. The Jupiter way is sure, they're different.
Give a second example. I hate y'all so much.
I'm sorry. I got a third house Pisces sign. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about most of the time. Yes, I do, but I don't. What else do you see before we wrap Chrissy's up and move on?
Yeah, because we got only a couple of minutes left. I want to try to do this with Luke. I want to touch on the North Node at some point, but before we get to that, there is a Sun Pluto opposition that's just staring the hell out of me. Like, for God's sake, it's a retrograde Pluto in the 12th house opposite this Sun in the 6th, and we keep going back to this theme of control. Like, Chrissy, be honest, you really are the type that likes to maintain some type of control, but it's never like direct, is it?
What? Okay, you're right. Okay, listen. Okay, so like, y'all know that Pisces girl video where she's just like, they ain't stick to the script. Bitch, you not sticking to the fucking script. So like, I have to like do subliminals or something, because it's like if I go about it, like it's gonna come off way like not feminine, like in my feminine energy. So like I don't want to be too aggressive because I can be, but yeah.
Yeah. I see the push and pull all through this bad boy. Look, the emotions are in the doggone house of joy, the moon here, and Pisces of all doggone places as well. And it wants to. Oh no, I read it like it was making a trine with your son. I screwed up. Okay. Well, either way, the advice I'm gonna give, seeing that you got all that going on, and then you got Mercury ruling the 7th house, and then like you got this North Node in Leo. I'm gonna say it's okay to aim for what you want. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you have to understand this is a two-way street. Like, Venus can't necessarily. If she's working for herself, she's working for herself. But if she's in a relationship, she's gonna want to work for the relationship. So, best way I can put it, just seeing that there is, honestly, I mean, I'm quick to say keep doing what you're doing. Just make sure you keep your intentions pure. And for the both of y'all.
They always pure. Oh, stank. If he exists, but they always be pure.
Yeah,
I swear.
I love it. Well, thank you for that, Christy. I'm glad
thank
we finally got to do it.
Thank you, y'all. Cause you pointing out some things that I was like, oh, y'all see that for real.
Yes. I'm glad we're able to get to you and Lucas's chart.
Yeah.
Lucas, I'm gonna have to look at yours a little more later. But for now,
next we got Alana, because Alana was quick to hit that speaker button, and I know how her mind works. So Alana's is next. I already tweeted the chart, and I do know that you already read hers. So I think this is, I guess it's a low review for you, but this is a chance for me to look at one myself, and I wasn't expecting this, but I'm not surprised.
Wait a minute, I need an explanation.
Oh wow. Okay, so this chart is an Aquarius with a sad sun and moon. So this is coming from a new moon. And Saturn is in Capricorn. And all the stuff in Cap is in an opposition with a retrograde Jupiter in Cancer. And do we got an injunction going? We got an injunction to the Sag placements. All right. I already can tell you don't give a fuck, but hey, what can you do with that?
Do you know who I am?
Yeah, like that's why I said it. But it's the way. Oh, hello, a 7-degree sun. It's the way. Okay. I know this sounds cliche, but it can't be just nobody. It can't be just nobody. And I know your person is Mariah Carey. Let me tell you how I know this shit. It's because we got this sad stellium in the 7th of the moon, Venus and Mercury. You need some, and it's Sag, mind you. What house is that? Is that the 11th? It's part of the 10th, but it's the whole sign 11. Here we go. It's the way Mariah Carey is a cultural icon. What is Sag? Culture. We have a starting going there, so there's a huge emphasis, especially the luminaries. There's some comfort, and of course, both luminaries are a personality. Your personality trait is Mariah Carey. Your damn profile picture is Mariah Carey, and you just changed it today. You changed it an hour ago. There's nobody in this life. There's nobody in this life who's gonna be good enough for you other than her.
Correct.
Like, and it's the way, like, you can go to Paris, you can go to Italy, you have standards higher than people from wine and olive oil Europe, and I didn't even know that was possible. But if you somehow ever get to meet a person who is good enough, your standards extremely high, of course. And the way they need to prove themselves almost every day is crazy. It's crazy. But I love that for you.
Right, giving you my fucking Venus picture.
I love that. And it's the way, no, pause, because it's the way that we have a 5th house Cancer Jupiter, but Chiron's right next to that, and it's the way that, like, you ain't gonna let nobody fuck your shit up. Excuse my friend, she ain't gonna let nobody fuck your shit up, because it's the way that, as a Cancer Jupiter holding myself, and I very much hate that placement, I do see where the good in it can come, and it's in terms of protection. The astronomical physics things of Jupiter is, known to protect Earth from asteroids, along with Saturn. And are they in opposition? They in exact opposition? Sure, I'll take it. And so with that, both of those two work together to make sure that the people who come your way are the right people, especially when they get into a more serious situation like this. Because, again, I know you as a person, and that's crazy. I know you as a person because you don't let a lot of people know you as a person.
Word to that Aquarius rising.
Boom.
I really don't. Like, everybody in this bitch that thinks they know me, I can guarantee you that you do not.
But it's the fact that you're still comfortable enough to, like, let us think we know that, like, it's the way. Yeah.
This is why she loves cutting up on the internet right there. Shit, ruled by Uranus, right?
Because who gonna get her? And plus, she a lawyer. She in law school, so, like, who gonna get her? But let's see what else we got. This, yeah, we got that Pluto Mars conjunction. That's just known intensity, please. But we also have this Rahu North Node, if you don't know the difference, in Aquarius. conjunct the ascendant, and there is just I'm gonna do the destiny route with this one. I don't like that way really with Rahu, but in terms of
If
just
you don't tell me I'm about to marry Mariah
I
Carey, I
will.
hear it.
You ain't marrying no damn Mariah Carey, but um, in terms of this life, it is a whole lot
Fuck
more.
that manifest. I'm sorry. Fuck that manifested Alana Day.
You know, she's been trying for the past all her years of her life.
Look, and I feel like she's getting closer, low key. Look, I'm just saying.
No, but with that first house Rahu for this chart, it's a lot more work on yourself, the basic Rahu first house stuff, but it does seem to be a reflector, since it is ruled by Saturn in the 12th, a big reflector on how you need to really sit with what you have, and I know you already do that, and it's just an appreciation for what you got before you get with Mariah, and appreciate the rest of what she gonna give you. But with that, we're gonna wrap up Alana's chart.
This was so. I love y'all. Thank you. This was great. I appreciate y'all so much. Also, I retweeted it, but y'all saw it. Y'all see it up in the jumbo chart. Y'all better tip my babies, or I will fight you. I have an Aries Mars conjunct my ascendant. I will come to you, and I fly for free, and I will fight you. Y'all better tip them because they are amazing, and I love them.
Thank you for that, Alana.
Love you, Alana. Thank you so much.
Did you get any DMs?
Let me see
of charts.
Well, I got somebody actually here with Alana who wanted to get their shirt read, but we're trying to figure out how to read it for him. This is Big Durl, double up here. He has the mic.
Okay.
Big Durl. He says,
and then after Big Durham, we got Cap, and then after Cap, we got Tia.
Oh,
so we know the order.
Okay, Big Durl, Cap, and then Tia. Perfect. Yeah, and I seen Tia been here for a bit, so we gotta make sure we get to her. Okay, let's see. Shoot, the only DM I got was the one for that chart. All right, Big Durl, we gotta figure out. My man, do you know your big three already?
I do not.
He a Pisces son. He a Pisces son.
That's about all I know. Pisces gang.
Okay.
Hey.
All right.
Problematic men rise. I'm kidding.
Just shoot. All right. Well, I mean, we're still down to read your chart. It's just we're gonna have to figure out how to make sure you get it the right way.
I actually don't want to see any natal charts. I would like to do, myself would like to just do pure Venus, because I don't want any other influences to come in here. If you give us the big three, great. But I mean,
well, that's what I mean. Like, he's just still got to pull up his own Venus chart. So
oh, that last one I put up, wasn't it?
No. So natal chart is something different. That's like the birth chart. That's like,
Damn.
Yeah, I know. You know what?
Okay.
We're gonna talk. Here's what we should do. I'm gonna try to help Girl out.
Y'all live in the same city. Y'all can talk whenever.
You mad loud. Okay, damn. Anyway.
Okay, all right. So since Double over here is, fresh to astrology and, with natal chart and everything, I absolutely highly suggest, talk to these wonderful astrologers and just get the rundown on natal, and then they can ease you into persona.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since gotta cover a little bit more.
Exactly.
So there you go.
No. I was just gonna say, because we don't want to skip you a couple steps like this soon.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's levels to this shit.
It literally is. Literally. Mm-hmm. But
honestly, it's the way I recommend looking at your sidereal chart before we look at personas.
Oh God, not this. Okay, look, personally, I would say tropical.
Let's do that.
But yeah, we can talk that shit out.
We got you. Me, you, and Juke gonna do lunch there.
Oh, I like lunch.
As do I. Oh Lord, she did not have to say that out loud. That being said, Durl, we appreciate it. We're gonna talk more after the space is over. We'll probably have an after party right after this. So let's go over to
Cap.
Bet it up. You want to do Cap? Cool. Cap.
Yeah.
And then Tia. And then whoever else wants to grab the mic, will go next for you. All Shoot.
All right, Cap is on the jumbo.
And I'm ready to go in because he talks about this Pisces Venus so damn much. All right, let's see.
I'm intrigued too.
At 0 degrees.
You know, I understand why you talk about this too much. You got
Listen, she is in her own bound and everything.
Why does it look like you, Joe? Why does it look like you? Like the Cap rising, the Pisces sun. This moon is it's in Aquarius. Okay. Close enough.
It's still over there. The Neptune's in the first house. So it's Joe, the way Venus is in Aries too. Oh it's a debilitated Cancer. It's a debilitated Mars. Like this is almost me.
Oh my Jesus. Okay.
But it's not. So don't say that. Anyways,
no wonder y'all good friends. That's all I'm gonna say. Mars in Cancer in the 7th. Interesting. And it's squaring up damn near everything. Shit. So you're the one that you're really the go-getter when it comes to the relationships, huh?
Yes.
You initiate contact.
Do you say initiate conflict or contact?
Both, yes.
You know what? You're about to get like both in like 2 seconds.
Listen, no. So when I see this Mars in 7th, I mean, this just tells me that, since it's a Venus chart, you're the one that's like directing how everything's gonna go. It's in Cancer as well, so you direct it like how part of me when I say it's kind of like how a mother would, in a sense. You're gonna be very like very direct, very calm, very nurturing to the relationship, obviously. But you're also gonna be very no nonsense. Like you're still gonna like be 10 toes down when it comes to everything. Am I correct?
Yeah, pretty much everything. But okay, all right. I remember that Nova comment. We'll talk later.
Nova comment? What? Okay.
Go on.
All right. So squaring Jupiter in the 9th. Oh, it's in the 9th. Okay, in Libra. Okay, strong beliefs. Venus is in Aries, so it's a little bit uncomfortable here, but at the same time,
you know what that Venus in Aries is reminding me of? Myself. However, it reminds me of that nervous kid who was about to ask their crush out, but they still act like real hot about it and do the little lock-a-lean and slowly but surely they end up becoming the heartthrob.
Putting all of my Venus's business out here, but then at the same time too, I signed myself up for this, so yes, you are correct.
Like it's the way you make an experience. I don't know how good the experience is, and I ain't gonna go ask, but an experience is made nonetheless.
Period.
I'm staring hard as hell at this Pluto in the 11th.
Rephrase that, please.
Find them online.
What you say, Joe?
Find them online. In like group in communities like this.
Well, okay, yeah, and he definitely takes control when he's in that position. Mm-hmm. I'm more so concerned about how friends play out in his relationships. I don't know if this could also play out how his relationship is with his friends. Cap, elaborate on if there's ever been any case where friends might have made or break your situation, or no, not even that. More like if you had that fear that somebody was going to come in and screw something up. If any,
I'll put it this way. I absolutely can be the hero or the villain in a situation. Like, friends will always just meet them as they are in the middle, like what they are as a person. And it's like sometimes you have friends that don't know how to really stand up and fight for themselves. So, take a more aggressive role. It's like, all right, I'll just roll them over with this truck, metaphorically speaking. multiple times,
You
and
ought to
they'll
record it
understand the
lines.
message that you are not the one to be messed with. And you got some of the ones where it's like, all right, they can fight, but maybe they're dealing with someone that has friends, and maybe it's gonna be a situation for where it's gonna be multiple people, and it's like, okay, listen, you got the left, I got the right. You are not being beaten up tonight. And then you got the ones over there for where they actually might need to be held back or like channeled, where it's like, all right, I understand. You want to roll them over, but here, you need them to pay in installments for what they did because that was completely out of pocket, or, they need to just do something, and here's how you do it. And it's going to be like the Pluto in 11th will Pluto. And that's all I'll say on that.
I would love to see where the lot of courage and the lot of nemesis is in this chart. But we got to get on to the next one. And so, Cap, do you have anything? Cap, fuck. Dude, do you have anything left to say?
Wow. We're doing this again.
Sorry.
Everyone is canceled. No one can get it right. Everyone is goddamn canceled. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so
I never misnamed you. Not once.
Look, thank you, Alana. Shit. Real one since day one, goddammit. All right. The last thing I will try to touch, like I try to touch with any Venus reading, is the North Node. Because we want to see where Venus is really trying to get its comfort from. So let's see. We got it in the 12th house in Sag, and I'm trying to figure out how the fuck to
This chart is just like
you definitely love moving in silence when it comes to your relationships. I'm certain. Like, we will not know until you are damn near getting ready to marry the person that you are with the person.
Am I
right or wrong?
Pretty on point. Like, natally, she's in my 12th whole sign, so that tracks.
That's the most we would ever get out of him. Just knowing that there is someone, just not who.
You know what? I wasn't even going to emphasize because I'm like, okay, you told us something. We're keeping that in mind, buddy. But nah. Shit. I'm up here like the ruler of that node is in the 9th. I don't know if it's something like y'all might have met in church or met over talks about spirituality, like astrology or something like that. Things of that nature, and then it's in Libra.
I do want to say you end up teaching them.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that, Jupiter. Yes.
Them deeper meetings, yo. You do end up teaching them.
Yeah, my Venus is still drunk from like the previous space for where she got all happy and like said she loved people, and that's already like too much. That's like needs to be like hidden. So yeah, absolutely.
Wait, it's the aqua moon. It's the aqua moon and the Cap rising because I live like that. I live like this. Yeah, I would be uncomfortable too, but it's cute. Like you still feel some type of like, okay, that's enough.
And that moon is right there on the fucking part of fortune.
Fortune.
He loves it there. That's how he keeps his relationships. Look, I need you to tone it down. Look, I love you. Tone it down. Please.
You're reassured, but you don't want to be reassured too much where you would emotionally explode because it's uncomfortable. Okay, we have to move on, but we'll get back to you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you, Cap, man. Thank you so much. It's been a
Thank
blessing.
you, Cap. I'm sorry. Thank you, Hall B. Anyway, so Tia's Venus persona is now on the jumbo.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Tia. How you doing?
How are you?
Good.
All right, so this chart is a Virgo with Moon in the first and a Sag Sun.
Slow down, we keep messing up. Get there. We gotta give them their big three first for the people that don't know nobody, and then we're gonna talk about the Venus. So, Tia.
So we want the big three from them? Yeah. What's your big three, Tia?
There you go.
I'm a Sag Sun, Aries Moon, Cancer rising, and my Venus is in Sag at 0 degrees.
One time for the Aries Moon in the building. I love to see it.
So many fucking Aries Moons on Twitter. Why are y'all here? Go home.
We love it here.
Alana, you don't want to attracting them.
You know what?
Alana, you don't want bothered by them, so you don't want to attract them.
Don't expose me.
All right, y'all. Let's go back to Tia's chart real quick. So it has like you said, a Virgo rising. Oh, damn near Regulus. I love to see it. It has a moon in Virgo. Oh Jesus, next to the North Node too. All right,
Ooh.
and the sun, of course, is in Sag.
With a Cat Venus. Oh, I love this one.
And not too far from goddamn Pluto. Oh God. All right. Well,
I love this one.
Let's see.
Let me sit with this.
Well, you're definitely mad picky about who you like to date, I'm sure.
That's right.
And you love to be that way. Look. I can already tell that has gotten you some fortune being that picky, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's what I love to hear.
This is the Tia Stan account, Tia Gay.
Look,
I'm weak.
The South Node is in the 7th in Pisces. It's telling her to stop romanticizing so damn much. And she has understood the assignment. I love to hear it.
Yeah, I used to be, love at first sight type of girl, but I had to learn my lesson.
And look, it's your past life for a reason. Hallelujah. Yeah, and that Neptune in the 5th, Venus is house of joy. Venus is in the house of joy too. Shit, Mars is too. Oh God, everybody's having.
That's not Mars's house of joy, but Mars is exalted.
No, Mars is in Venus's house of joy.
Oh,
See, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? But no. So it's like there's a balance between her attracting what she wants and then going out to go get it, definitely. But it's all in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn in the 8th.
Yeah, I'm looking at that square by sign. Also by degree. I'm looking at that. I was trying to sense a little bit what that can.
By the way, I'm leaving.
You do the breaking up.
I do the breaking up. I was like,
you do the breaking up. Nah, cause you ain't gonna take shit. Nah, I got this one. You ain't gonna take shit. You tired. You just like me. Cause why would you sit around? Listen, you a Virgo rising in this chart and the Virgo moon. Listen, you ain't gonna take shit from nobody. If they don't even get their act together once, you done. You done waiting sitting around. You have this idea. Okay, now I'm a roast. You have this idea of how people are supposed to be. That's how Virgo moon is.
What'd you say?
You have an idea of how people are supposed to be in a way. It's the way we talked about this earlier in Hodiac space about how Virgos and Pisces, they be delusional together, but in like different ways. And it's the way Virgos, they have such this clear mindset of how life can go, should go, but it won't go that way. And in terms of Venus in this case, it's another one of those. You have the script written, bitch, stick to the script if they go off.
Period.
But where's that Jupiter? You kind of like are like fuck, and you kind of like YOLO, but at the same time, it's still that detachment that comes with Aquarius, because society has disappointed you way too many times to the point where you've learned to back off. And I think that is a really good balance between Rahu and Ketu, because that's what they're about. Going too much towards Rahu, you end up consuming yourself and backlashing into your Ketu ways, so your South Node ways. And so you from what you given me, it's given a great balance of how you know how to deal with people in relationships like that, and you find to see the other things in life that you can appreciate other than people.
Wow, that's right. So far, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I know I have to lower my standards if I want to truly be happy. So
yeah, I know you wine and olive oil Europe's high standards.
Yeah, I just see the potential, and when others don't see it, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna back off.
The lyric you are is, I saw your potential without seeing credentials. If that's not Cat Venus, I don't know what is. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and let you talk.
No, you're not. Keep going.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead for a second. Go ahead.
Oh, me? No, that was literally it. Because hold on, no, because you get pissed. No, so it's the way. Okay, so this Mars and Capricorn. Okay, let me not roast you because I have a lot of beef with Mars and Capricorns in this instant. However, They need to. It's another one of those. They need to prove their self-worth every day, or else they're a day closer to their demise. Yeah.
Yeah. But I give them grace. Like, okay, you can mess up one time.
And that's a
but
mistake.
Right. But if you keep doing it, I'm cutting you off, no warning. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's essentially what it is. Because Venus and Mars, when they are conjunct, I like to think they're doing a little dance. It's their like one time in the night sky. It's kind of like like when Mars leaves Venus, is like, oh, go off to war or whatever. And then he like comes back and like, oh yeah, let's go. And so it's still like there's magnetism between the two, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, I know my self-worth. Either fix yourself and you leave.
That's what it is. Jupe, you got anything?
I'm coming right back to y'all. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm getting ready to post the next person's chart pretty soon.
His cat Mars over here is recovering from being assaulted a little bit indirectly.
I had just posted Mari's under Tia's and then just comment under Mari's the new chart Jupe.
Oh, okay, Mari. Okay, cool. So we
this
have
mad
Mari.
random, but if I ever have a kid, I'm naming her Mari. So congrats on having this bomb ass name.
Is she still in here? Where's she? Oh, right
there.
Yeah,
where is? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So
but anything left for Tia's chart before we move on?
Give me just a moment, my man. Actually, let me look real quick before we move on. So here's what we're gonna do. Before I say another word, we're gonna do Mari's chart, and then it's gonna be Luna, and then if he's still in here, we'll do Sam, Samael.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost. Oh shoot, it's almost 1:05. We gotta hurry up.
1:05. Huh? We got another hour in here, Jupe.
Listen, don't listen to him. Just keep going.
Excuse me.
I'm
gonna mute all of y'all, but no. Okay, so let's see. Well, no.
Is it really a Jupiter Jack space if he doesn't abuse the mute button at least once?
Which I
waiting to turn up because he gonna use it on me like he always does. But you know,
I'm trying not to. But hold on now. Listen. You kind of hit the points I wanted to knock out. The North Node already knocked out that she's doing just fine picking who she wants to be with. You killed it with the Saturn in the 8th. That was the main one I wanted to knock out, I swear. But you hit it on the nose, so I thank you for that, Joe. And I think that's it for now. But Tia, did you have any specific questions you want to ask about Venus?
No. And if I do, I know where to find y'all. So I don't want to take up time.
Yeah.
Yeah, before the next person comes up, once again, like their payment information is on the Jumbotron. A little chiropractor for these charts. Let me see. Second bullet.
My what?
I was about to say put your cash tag up on your name like I got mine, but
it's already.
Oh, yeah, okay. You know what?
It's already posted.
It's honestly my username. It's my username because that's my name on. That's my actual name. So.
Okay. Well, cool. All right, we got all that down. Tia, I thank you so much.
Oh no! Did you glitch?
Did I glitch?
It's not Jupiter space. If Jupiter service, don't get nervous.
No, but a lot of y'all have been glitching for me today. I was concerned when Cam glitched. I was a little ooh. But moving on to Mary's chart. Hi, Mary. Where you at?
Hey.
What's your big 3 plus your Venus?
My big 3, you want Trop or Sidereal?
Trop.
Cancer, Sun, and Moon, and Scorpio rising.
I like that one. What's your Venus?
Cancer.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Okay, let's look at your chart now. Oh,
you would.
See, I like the charts that y'all hate.
Of course you do.
Anyways, this chart's a Sag with Cancer Sun. Where the Moon at? Libra. This happened the week after you were born, didn't it?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. And then wait, I said the moon in Libra, and then Jupiter is in Gemini. All right. Okay. Okay.
I hope Jupiter know he
Quite
not
a lot.
muted.
Okay, so y'all can't hear me, correct?
Yes.
Sound
Yes,
check
we
like a
heard you,
motherfucker.
sir.
Y'all talking about glitching like a motherfucker? Okay.
Let me
So-
do a little bit of intuitive astrology real quick. I feel like your aesthetic is like angel core.
I do
Angel
wear a lot of
core?
white.
Yeah, I feel like I just had to.
Oh,
like intuitively, something told me like the angel core, the really like I get the clean girl look, but not derogatory. Like it's like neat, it's cutesy, it's angelic. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. Okay, Jupe, you can go.
Yeah, she's probably the type that's like the way she charms people. She just smiles and like she flutters her eyes a bit. She might not be very loud spoken per se. Then again, I don't know because she got retrograde Mercury tapping this Mars right now. You definitely will let somebody know when they pissing you off. People know.
But you let it sit. You let it sit first.
Yeah, because it's retrograde.
Debilitated. It's a fallen Mars. That's what I was thinking.
Oh well, there's that, I guess.
But then when you unleash, you know how a crab be grabbing a man's nipple, and it don't let go.
Fuck an analogy.
I'm
Nobody.
And then it's the way.
Right now,
and then it's the way.
When the hell? When have you seen a crab grab a man's nipple just chilling, like casual?
No. It's no, and then they get their hand and try to get the crab off, and the crab start pinching the finger. That's how a Cancer Mars argue. It's the way the crab be chilling, but it be mad as hell, and then it pinched the nipple, and then it pinched the finger.
And one more thing type shit. Is that what you mean?
Huh?
You mean like they just keep on and keep on and keep on with it is what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is when they do it, they mad as hell. They mad as hell. Worse than Aries mad. But I digress. Going back to the chart. Oh yeah, so that's when you speak, that's how you unleash that, whatever. Do you also cry when you yell? When you cry when you argue?
I need to let everyone know no nipples in this space were harmed in the making of it.
I pray to God.
That was a legal disclaimer for legal reasons. Nipples are safe here.
Nipples are safe. This is a recorded space. I'll purple nipple y'all outside.
Thank you, Alona JD. I appreciate that.
And Mary, do you cry when you yell? I just want to know. Is she here?
Mary, are you still here?
You're muted if you're talking. Yeah.
Oh, she's on mute. I sure was like, I said no, I don't cry.
Okay.
No, unless I'm talking to my mom, then like she hits a nerve. But with anybody else, no, I actually be ready to fight.
Yeah, it's because you got a Cancer stellium.
Well, yeah, she might not necessarily. Where's the moon?
This chart is Libra. This is the week after her birthday.
So I didn't actually hear her big three when she said it.
Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, Scorpio rising.
Damn! Oh, all that just to be a Scorpio rising. I mean,
I know.
Damn! Well, yeah, of course she ain't gonna cry. It's the Scorpio in her. Shit. And speaking of, why the hell does she have Pluto in the 12th conjunct Chiron?
Because she decided to. So with that placement, it's the way. Jude, you talk about that one. Jude loves talking about Chiron in a persona chart, especially. So go ahead, have him.
Damn right, I need my moment in my space. No, so like when I see Chiron in a persona, well, at least in Venus, I'm thinking, okay, there's where wounds are hidden. Like, well, I'm not gonna say hidden, but they're hidden because it's in the 12th house and it's conjunct Pluto. So I'm saying there's issues with maybe control of how the situation is going with your relationship. I don't know if there's been cases where like you tried to keep from someone breaking up with you, or you're probably doing certain things to make sure that you have that hold on somebody. This goes not just to the Chiron and Pluto, but also the fact that you're a Scorpio rising, for God's sake.
Really?
I mean, I would think it's all about control. It's all about, if not control.
I don't try to control them. I feel like it's actually the opposite sometimes, or most of the time.
Oh, okay. Elaborate.
Cause I mean, I feel like I lean towards like my ninth house stellium. So I'm not real big on like control. Like I'm trying to be breezy. Like, you know, I'm trying to have fun, you know, making jokes and stuff. Cause I mean, really, if I have somebody, like, it took a damn long time for me to want to like be with them. But I'm not gonna be like, okay, so you know, it's just me and you. No. I'm like, I like you. You could be my favorite, but no.
Okay, I kind of see what you're saying.
And they'll get possessive and they'll change their whole life plans. And I'm like, you know, you're not even my boyfriend, my girlfriend. You know, you need to chill.
It's the way that Pluto. That's what I meant. Pluto, yes.
Correct.
Pluto and its moon, Chiron, not Chiron. Chiron. I ain't never seen no mythological relationship so tight, and it's the way they really don't interact with each other. But every time I read some myth with somebody going to the underworld, and they have to get on the ferry, I ain't never seen two brothers so tight that they ain't never speak to each other. Like, it's the grip you have on somebody, or they have on you, especially with being in the 12th.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
and you know what? They're both retrograde.
Ooh.
Yeah, that might speak, if anything, to people like trying to control her, I guess. But I would think this is also more internalized. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because as a 12th house Pluto native with that Pluto combo, yeah, I do see it like that. Control.
Ruled by not a Sag Pluto. What the fuck? A Gemini Jupiter. It's not too far from a Taurus Saturn. I don't know if that's it. You count that as a conjunction? Because
I am. This chart looked like it's doing it, and I will today.
Okay. Well, shit. I'm not gonna overthink it. Girl says she gets controlled. That's how I'm gonna leave it for now. Okay. I want to look more at your chart later on, Mary, but to wrap it's 1:14. When did we start with hers?
105.
105. Oh, so we got a little bit of time.
Do you have any question for it, or can we move?
Oh,
honestly, man, nah. That's it. I mean, you got North Node in the 7th, conjunct Venus, next to damn near everything else.
I hit that one already, baby.
Why do you hate it?
No, I didn't say I hate it. I said I hate it. Like, I already talked about it.
Oh, okay, whatever, fine. That's shit. If that's the case, that's all I wanted to go over a little more. Yeah, just be less selfless.
Have any, like any thoughts on the Libra moon?
That's the Libra moon. I first saw that and I thought angelic. That's where I got that from. It's more of you do cherish the cutesy things in life. The more comforting. I don't want to use that word for the rest of the night. I'm trying to think of a specific word. It's this very like specific sweet. It doesn't necessarily have to be like food. But
like a refine.
It's like a yeah. You translated for me. Thank you. It is this refinedness in terms of that moon. Think of Ariana Grande and how she's like, how she went from Cat Valentine to being Ariana Grande. Please, like that's a refinement like that. That's the kind of things you enjoy.
You would have a $600,000 penthouse if you felt like it. You know, it's a lavish life a Libra moon likes to live.
You could hear how pleased her Venus was at that thought. Like you could just hear it.
Yeah.
So I thought it was just me. I also heard it.
She's like, but with that,
speaking.
With that, we're gonna segue. Mary, I keep messing your name up. I'm so sorry, but I definitely appreciate you turning your chart up.
Thank y'all.
Hit us up later.
And I'm not hitting that soundboard no more because it keeps glitching every time I throw it up.
You've been hitting the soundboard
one more time. I'm gonna punch you in the face.
I have not heard that soundboard. Venus is protecting me tonight.
Good.
This is literally your karma for soundboard abuse. It's literally not going to work without taking you out of here. Find something safe to do and leave that soundboard alone.
That soundboard not safe because Alana will punch you in the face.
Listen, you gotta find me first of all. But AK, why are you clapping?
You know why she clapping. Okay, moving on to Luna.
Didn't you literally say you're gonna be having lunch with Alona to read a chart later on? So listen, find something safe to do. Leave the soundboard alone. So we're gonna talk about Luna. Hello there.
Hello, Luna. Why are you roasting people? This is the Venus space. What Mars got to do with it?
Listen, y'all. We're gonna keep it Venusian and harmonious, and no soundboard abuse. So, hello there, Luna. Yes. Please tell everyone your big three.
Exactly. Hello, Luna.
Hi, guys.
Yo, Luna is a Leo with a Leo moon and a Cancer rising. And where is your Venus? Well,
Cancer. My Venus is in Cancer too.
Okay, rock on. We better see a little more about why it has a Taurus rising. Okay.
I like how you just wanna spa nights every day, all day, glass of champagne. with that entire playlist you made me play on that one space that one morning, with all them songs playing in the background. That's your ideal day.
Literally.
Okay, let's look at this. We got a Leo moon.
Got Pluto in the doggone 8th house.
This chart is ruled by a Virgo Venus. We finally have a Venus that's struggling today, guys.
I know. It's in Virgo and it's ruling the damn chart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, literally.
Uranus.
And then the opposition. I was like, what? This is the first time I've ever seen this chart today.
It's looking a little on the strong side of it's hitting like the 4th and 10th house.
I do.
It's the 3rd house stellium for me.
You're right. It's do you have a T-square going on? Kind of, but not really. I'm gonna consider it today by sign. With either Uranus or Neptune as a peak point for a yod, and then Venus and Virgo within that sign by sextile to the Cancer stellium.
She has a very specific way she wants to be loved, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Like she is like mad. She is mad, no nonsense when it comes to that shit. I bet. Even though she's very, even though she's a Leo, she's very like fun loving. She's still like, you gotta rub me the right way.
Yeah, if you don't rub me the right way, if you don't touch that spot, you ain't it. Trash. Move next.
I think we're going 2 different directions with that, but yes,
iconic. I love it. Everything about it, amazing. Iconic. Continue. Correct.
This, I know this isn't. I know this isn't an exact yod. I'm just considering it because I want to talk about how this plays out. But I ain't never seen a yod so calm. I notice yods be trying to mess y'all up. It'd be terrorizing. If you don't know what a yod is, it's 2 quincunxes and with a peak point, and then the 2 signs that are the quincunx are sextile to each other. Great, whatever. The way they resolve each other is an opposition is typically the not chaos, the tension, but it ends up balancing. With a yod, one sextile needs to balance the other sextile out, and vice versa. But I never seen something so calm. We got 2 retrograde outer planets in Aquarius, which I mean, sure, they're just
they're doing their thing. Like Neptune is making things all cutesy and sweet up there in the 10th, and then Uranus.
Do you like romanticizing about the future?
Boom! There we go.
I would say yes. I would say that I do like to romanticize about the future.
Elaborate.
I would say that I really like to see how can I kind of like put my future and their future together. How can we work this shit out? You know, how can we still, you know, learn each other's love languages, right? We both can like have each other's like, for some reason, hobbies in a sense, or each other's like interest, and like make a future out of it.
That's beautiful because
you get me. Like I like no matter who it is, no matter what partner I've always had, like I've always been the type to like teach them why I like this, and I want to learn why they like that. And in a sense, like, okay, well, what can we make together?
And then it's like, since you have that third house stellium, it's like they have to be able to do the day-to-day with you. It's like, gotta be around other community. And not only that, like, not only just take initiative. So instead of you telling them, oh, the house is out of milk, they get the milk. And like, oh, tell you later, oh, we saw we were out of milk, so I got it. It'll also be a thing for where even the day-to-day has a chance to, like, be a whole new experience or an adventure in that sense.
Yes.
Like every day you always have chances for like a little bit of mental stimulation, like see something new, and even the most mundane can be magical. Like
yes. Like for example, I used to do this thing with one of my partners where like we knew that we didn't have money and like we were going through something, but I was like, hey, like let's go for a walk every morning and like, you know, in a sense either like do affirmations to each other or like remind ourselves like what do we want, what do you know, what is it that we're looking for, and we will make like I would take the initiative, and I would teach my partners how to make the initiative of like starting something just out of thin air. Like you can do that. Like if you put your mind to it, if you put your intention, your emotion, like we can make every day magical with or without nothing. Does that make sense? Like it's just like I just want someone to understand that.
Damn, that was deep.
Yeah, I'm pretty deep.
My only thing with it, how are you at setting boundaries?
With setting boundaries, I could say that at the beginning of like my dating life, I wasn't really good with boundaries, but I feel like I've been very vocal. I think that I'm very vocal about my boundaries. I will say this though, like if it's like small little things that I know that maybe I could be patient, then I try my best to be patient with a couple things. But I will say this, like if I don't like something or if I want something different, back then I used to think that my partner had to like kind of know, you know, but then I think that I've recently have started to like maybe a year ago kind of vocalize what I want. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now in my current life. But I will say this though, like back then, I would lack a lot of boundaries. I kind of just felt like we had to like melt into each other's skin type of thing, you know? Kind of like becoming one, but not anymore. Like I used to idolize to become one with someone, but
I got
now.
a question. Okay, when it comes to your past partners, if they like try to force beliefs on you or be really, really rigid or dogmatic, did that like exhaust you a lot more than other relationships? Like,
yes, I would say that I had this one specific person that maybe out of all the people that I've dated, for some reason, I really did give them a little bit more extra love, like more emotional love. Maybe not physical love, like doing things for them and blah, 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 but it was in a more spiritual, emotional level. And I could say that that person was the most rigid, fix. He was a Taurus. He was a Taurus. And he was literally like, I don't know, I just love him. He was so sensual, he was down to earth, but when it came to belief systems, he was just completely just literally, he just didn't believe in nothing, and he just believed in bad luck. And it was just like, are you freaking serious? Like, me being Venus and Jupiter and Cancer in the first, it's like, no, like, we can take care of this, baby. But he was like, no, like it's good, something's gonna go to shit. And it was just so hard, but it was just like, whatever, we're just gonna let him be, and I'm just gonna, wait patiently that one day he might get it. But that never happened, so here we are.
Hey Cap, I'm gonna ask real quick. Did you pull that from the 7th house or from the Pluto conjunct of Ketu?
I was looking more so at the 8th, but the 7th
Yeah,
also caught my eye.
I was thinking 8th house definitely. You know what? I just noticed Chiron over there, but I was also staring mad hard at that Pluto Ketu conjunction. However, for me, it was telling me a bit of a different story, just about how she might want to learn more about relinquishing. Oh my God, letting go, for God's sake, of like maintaining so much control on the spiritual level, I guess, and more so just on setting physical boundaries.
Yeah, I could say that. I like the way that you word that, because I feel like in the past, I'm not gonna lie, like I could say that, because you gotta understand, like, people that know me that from other spaces, like, I grew up Christian, and I remember that my partners would just like, like, I would talk to them about God in a Christian way, right? And I knew that some of my partners obviously didn't like that, and obviously, like, because my family put a lot of stuff in my brain that if you date someone that isn't Christian like you, or you marry someone that isn't Christian like you, like, you're gonna end up like actually like going in hell. You're not gonna have your partner with you in heaven. So I used to really try to, like, back then, like, try to like talk to God about my partners. But after I left, like, my spiritual practice in that way, and I started to be more open to things, now it's like I have released that control, and maybe I go with the flow. I might mention a couple things here and there that I've learned outside of Christianity. And now I no longer care so much about like what belief system, but as long as you believe something, like, I do want my partner to believe in something, and I want them to be confident in believing that, and I'll support them even if it's different from mine. But I can't be with someone that doesn't believe in anything. Like, I think belief systems is something important to me in a relationship, because I'm not going to be the one here, like, having a lot of faith, hoping for the future, but you know you're not doing the spiritual work.
That's word to that Saturn rule in the 9th house, I see.
I was about to say, this sound like some 9th house shit, and I felt that in my spirit.
And that's exactly what I was looking at this whole time. So I'm like,
yep.
So it seems like you're doing pretty well and getting a lot better at managing your relationships. I guess only advice is just continue understanding what you want out of a relationship and making sure that you stand on that.
But I did want to ask, though, what do you think about that Uranus opposing that Venus and Moon?
So I thought Joe kind of tapped on it a little bit earlier, but when I see it, at first I would think it's a conflict between what you want, what you desire in a relationship, what makes you feel comfortable, and what makes it stand out. What's the uniqueness of it? Oppositions don't always have to be working against each other. If anything, they might also be puzzle pieces to each other. But that being said, having Uranus there, you know what, Joe? What you think?
It's the Venus Uranus, yes.
This Uranus opposite Venus and opposite the Moon. Cap's got it. What's going on?
Okay, so Uranus is gonna be disruptive as nature as a planet. So you have Venus and Moon. Moon wants, emotional security. Venus wants to have harmonious relationships. But you have Uranus here and opposing that. So it's like, it's not so much that things have to be completely unstable. No, far from it. It's just that when seen, especially in public, since it's in the 10th house in this Venus persona chart, like, you can't be the basic couple. Like, you all have to own your uniqueness. You have to be like challenging like something, like maybe an antiquated belief, maybe it's like a way they believe couples should be. It has to be, the uniqueness has to be on the forefront, and not just, oh, they're like wearing something different. It can't just be superficial or aesthetic. It has to be like intellectual, spiritually, like authenticity.
Yes.
And that's why Uranus is trine Saturn. Okay, but go on.
Yep, that's pretty much the main thing. Like, absolutely can be like, do the normal human things, da 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 da. That's for fourth house things. It's like y'all can be basic when no one's looking. It's just that when people are looking and seeing the things, they have to understand that both of you all are different. You are not cookie cutter. You are progressing for the future. You are not here to be left behind in the dust. You are here to be moving forward.
Yes, you're literally on the spot. And I could say that for even the partner that I was in, like I remember like in public, anywhere we were, it was just like everybody would just really eye our connection, and people would tell me things about him like, oh wow, like I'm like, look how he treats you, and it would be like maybe we would use the simple stuff, but the way we'll do the simple stuff, it made others kind of be like, oh wow, goals, and like, oh cool, look at them, like, like. And it's like, I like that. I like to actually have the spotlight with my partner. Like, I want to have the spotlight with my partner in the public. Like, I want people to see us and be like, wow, like, that's different, Joseph?
Okay. We will be wrapping up your chart now because we went a little bit over with you, but at least we got what you needed.
I love it. I love that we got it, because I know Luna's been trying to talk about that for a second today.
So
yes. Thank you for putting the chart up, Luna. We all, not me being tongue tied.
Thank you for your chart.
Of having you in our spaces and whatnot. My next one is, you had K up here earlier. Is that who's going next?
Samael's next, then K.
Right. Oh my God. Where's Samael? Where is he?
Down here.
Boy, get up here.
Ass up here.
I told you to take the mic earlier. See? You see what I do? All right. So him, then K. We're gonna get K up here to get the mic.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, so if everybody else wants to pop in, you can always put your chart up. Honestly, Joe, before we wrap it up, we should throw our charts up here.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, what, you don't want to see yours?
Because have you gotten anybody after Sam or K?
Not yet. And I wanted to see before we moved on.
Okay, we'll do us to close. And if you want your chart read, of course, we'd be hosting spaces for this, and then you could always just DM us for readings once again.
And again, their Cash App and Venmo information are on the jumbo. It is the bullet in the middle. Yeah, please, take the time to show them some love, and understand, times can be rough. And if you can't afford it, at the same time, they have wonderful content. They both host wonderful spaces. Give them a follow, give them a shout out. Support them and their whole astrological journey.
And also, honestly, if anyone wants to get their Venus persona chart read, reread, a click glimmer, whatever, honestly, if enough people throw it in the comments, I'll just throw another space on after 2:00.
If you guys don't tip Jupiter or Joseph, I'm gonna blow your houses up.
What you say?
If they don't
Damn, this is recorded.
Oh damn!
Do not make me come over there and pinch you. All right. You're going to rephrase that. You're going to talk about your persona chart, and you're going to act like we are in a recorded space. Thank you so much, Sam.
Oh, jeez.
I'm
edit this, bro.
I wasn't going to say anything because I've already been the bad guy for the day, so.
You weren't behaving today.
No, I wasn't. I was not. I was misbehaving. But don't mind that.
I'm better than you.
Joe, we're going to get back to that, brother.
Persona charts.
Thank you.
Okay, you know what? Let me put up Sam's.
I don't know why I can't. I'm trying to see. Sam, you tried to send me yours, didn't you? Oh,
I have it. I'm tweeting it right now.
Shoot.
Okay, it's gonna be on the jumbo in 3, 2. Okay, it's on the jumbo.
You got the Placidus one up, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
Sam, what's your big 3 plus your Venus?
Oh, like natally?
Yes.
I'm a Cancer with Aqua Moon, Pisces rising, and my Venus is in Gemini.
Just like Christy, another Gemini Venus.
Oh Lord, yes indeed.
In
So in the chart, guys, he has a Scorpio rising with this Gemini sun. God. And then we got a moon in Libra, similar to Mari earlier. And the Venus is in Cancer here. Joe, I think I cut you off. What was you about to say?
I didn't say nothing. You said exactly what you should have. Continue.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you for that. Let's see. So, Sam, I know I touched on your stuff a couple times, but let's see. You're definitely all about the relationship for sure. But I see that communication is key, correct?
Most definitely.
However, have you had problems communicating on your own?
In the beginning, yeah. Like it took work for me to like sort out and understand my emotions so I can communicate them maturely.
No, it makes perfect sense. Go ahead, Joe. I heard you.
No, I was wrestling in my bed. Sorry.
No. Well, yeah, you do got a retrograde Mercury ruling all of this. You got the sun here. You got Saturn. You got the North Node.
But keep in mind, Mercury's still a domicile, and it's in its own bound. It's not that bad.
Oh no, I say it was bad. That's true. I said it was. If anything, it might be thriving. It's like he said, it has to take a lot of time when it comes to communicating. However, speaking of communicating, homeboy, you're doing the breakups, aren't you? Yeah.
The little chuckle.
The little Pluto's telling on you, and then you got all this shit going on in the 8th house. Please tell me you're not the person to go around talking about some. It's not you, it's me. Are you?
Damn, am I? Nah, I don't think so.
I'm about to say I will roast the hell out of your Pisces rising. But anyways,
no, it's the way that and I'm thankful for that little thing that Cap and B had earlier, the little podcast, because them talking about them derived houses for a little quick second. And the 8th from Venus is what you can live. I really think is what you can kill, and to the 3rd, since not well, to the 3rd in Cap, it's like you need to be careful with how you doing some of this stuff, because with the way you be talking about some of your exes, I could tell they've been fucked up after.
Hey, we all cool now.
I know y'all cool, but they've been a little, they've gone through it.
Dang it, you got this grand trine trying to protect you. Well, a couple grand trines trying to protect you in your relationships and everything.
They're all with Uranus as a point, and of course the moon.
Uranus and the moon. Certain ways sticks out.
You know what that reminds me? It's this enchantry type thing that they get with Sam. It's like certain people, they get so like entranced with people that they don't know how to behave right, and then they get with a person and then they don't know how to like act like normal if a breakup happens. It's like, I don't know, it's like they're scared to mess up, and then when they like, if something happens, they're like, hell, it's the end of the world. That's the type of person Sam he's not one of those people, but like when people are in relationship with him, that's how they're gonna act.
Those are people he's attracting.
Yes.
It's definitely both ways, because at times I have to realize that I'm human and I make mistakes, but I be so fucking careful because I do not like drama in relationships
at all.
It's giving, if you break their heart will actually break. Like the tendons will rip. That's, I don't know. I'm getting flashbacks. Sorry, not to myself, but let me shut up. But it's a very intense. It's a very serious breakup. If it can happen, it's that Pluto opposite all that Gemini.
And Gemini being the whole sign 8th derived, Pluto's the 7th. It's yeah, the intensity that other people can bring to you, and the death that can come from that changes, man.
All right, let's see what I got up on your chart, my man. Actually, no, back of my hand. I feel like you showed me this like 8 times. I seen it 1,000 times. This nigga will happily break up with your ass. He's doing all the breakups.
But he'll cry at the same time.
Yeah.
He'll cry with you. Word to that Venus in Cancer.
It's like, damn, you see, like, we try to make it work. Working, bro, and it's just like, yo, like,
this hurts you more than it hurts me, and I'm so sorry for
damn
that.
Oh, not the Cancer Mars telling you this, right? Shit. Oh, Joe, you trying to go first? Okay, fine. We can save my roast for later.
No, you know what? You going first. Shit.
Oh, that's what you want to do? Okay. Well, hold on. First of all,
I just posted it to have it there. Sorry, we still need to do K.
We do still need to do K, and it's almost 2:00. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. Sam, you know how to find me. Otherwise, is there any other question you have about your chart at this moment? Breaking up.
Nah, I'm like looking. I'm like, Chiron.
Oh, Chiron. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I noticed Chiron was in the second house. I don't know what we tapped on before. I mean, we can tap on the idea of how Venus can rule finances and then ask more about like financial situations. I don't know if you want to go into that, like, you know, on a public space, homie. But outside of that, in terms of love, let's see. So Venus loves the second house. It's all about possessions and values, your wealth, etc. I mean, did you have a hard time figuring out what you actually value in a relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, elaborate. Like, elaborate how that might have, bit you in the ass.
All right, so like, don't come over here violating my Pisces rising. But I was over here like, yo, you see, like just vibing out and just like it's all gonna be happy and shit like that. Realistically, it was like I wasn't prepared for like, eventually you're gonna argue with your partner. Eventually you guys are gonna like bump heads, this, that, and the third. So it's like when I was younger growing up, as soon as there was like a disagreement or something, I'll just be like, oh damn, like what the fuck? Like I didn't expect that, shit like that, but whatever, whatever. But then like like I'm 21 years old, finally understanding like nobody's perfect and we're all humans and shit happens. If that's what you meant.
Look, it took a man to make sure he understood that, so I'm glad you stood on that shit, dude. I'm glad you really been on this journey where you try to, it just from what we talked about, looking at your chart, owning where you fucked up and still trying to aim for perfection versus settling for less. I give you props for that. I'm not using the soundboard. I almost did, y'all, so y'all be happy.
Beautiful. Okay, K's.
Yeah,
Sam,
we got K. So Sam, thank you so much. Everybody show some hearts for the guy, Sam.
All right, this is K's chart. I've been waiting for this one. Oh, not you having asteroids on here. Oh, shit. Oh, I wasn't expecting this tonight. Okay, I'm not looking at those asteroids.
No, yeah. They're not ready for that. They're not ready for that. They gotta pay for that.
Yeah, that's, bruh.
They have Chiron for free. They gotta do the rest later.
Yeah. Okay, so we got Pallas conjunct the Ascendant and I'm kidding. Okay, what's your big three? Plus your Venus.
Yeah, so Sun and Moon are in Cancer, rising is Leo, and Venus is in Taurus.
Beautiful.
Okay, nice. Well, let's see then. Let's see what you got. You got a Taurus Sun, Leo Moon, and a Virgo rising in your Venus chart with a Cancer Venus. Ain't that something? And went straight back to you.
This chart's ruled by a Taurus Mars. Sorry, a Taurus Mercury.
I was about to say in a minute. Taurus Mercury. Oh yeah, all the way in the 8th house, Placidus.
The way you're the main character, but you're too shy to be. Like, you're too shy to let it set in.
Yeah. Like, I was about to run in here saying Temamundi has arrived, but then I'm like, I might get kicked out just for saying that.
You were the Temamundi. You met me? Anyways. So,
Another Neptune 5th house. She loves to romance. It's in Capricorn, but and where is her Saturn? In
Aquarius.
Right?
Both in the 5th, though.
Do you have a hard time like understanding what you want in a relationship, like what it looks like, especially in the dating stage?
Sort of. Like right now, I'm just like, I just want peace.
No, because let me touch on that. Let me touch on that one. Because it's the way, yeah, you love them, they love you, but it's the way that it's the standard Saturnian detachment. It don't seem like it sometimes. But then that Leo moon, if you wanted that so bad that it where is that in the 12th house? It'd be illusionizing it. I'm not imaginizing it, but like it creates what's the word? It creates an idea. Yeah. That's like a safe haven. And in turn, you then want peace in real life because that shit too chaotic. Especially with the sun, Saturn op like that, and Jupiter part of that op. Big problems every day.
Yeah, I'm just like, yeah, just getting here. Like, yeah, I'm like, dang, I gotta do everything I can just to get in here, like just today. But yeah, no, I'm here.
Right, of course.
Okay, I'm looking at your asteroids, but I'm not looking at your asteroids. It's the way that you really are extremely frugal. It's giving Mr. Krabs, okay, Cancer. It's giving Mr. Krabs.
Damn, you saying she does cheap dates?
No, not well.
It's
at the Ritz-Carlton.
She still go out and party. Don't get me wrong.
Slander Kay like that.
I'm a slander Kay all I want.
Hey,
Mrs.
Depending on who she
Krabs
loves, there's
here.
nothing wrong with cheap dates.
Mr. Krabs over here just likes to keep the coin. Works hard for the coin. She knows how hard getting the coin is.
Well, she should.
But when she do go out and start living, she live for the moment. Then she go back to her Mr. Krab ways. I'm gonna rename you in my phone for Mr. Krabs. It's K for Krabs. K for Krabs. Eugene. Yeah, but it's the Nessus and the retrogression Libra in the second. That's what I looked at. But we're not doing Astros tonight. It was just there, so I couldn't ignore it.
Everybody heard that, got a tip now. See, there it is. Chiron conjunct Mars in the 11th house. I got a dumb feeling that, and I mean, I know the 11th house is a little deeper than just friends, but I got a dumb feeling that's been a factor. Like, have there been a lot of key arguments while dating that, or no?
I do everything to keep them out of it.
Okay, I got it. Well, thank God. They are in, what sign is this? This is all in Cancer, correct? This Chiron and this Mars?
Let me take
Chiron, the table's at the bottom. Mars is in Cancer. Chiron is in Cancer. Yeah, both.
Look at me. You're 26,
right. 23.
26, 23.
Not as being a reason for your arguments. I'm sorry.
No. Do not feel that way at all.
Oh, no, you know how I am. I'm really not, but like, I'm sorry.
Thank you, Joe.
I just seen somebody throwing another chart. Okay, y'all can still throw your charts up here. The only thing is, well, at least in the comments. But since it's almost 2:00 for KazemiCon, we're gonna open a separate space and then do everything else from there if y'all want.
So yes, there's 9 minutes left. Again, I'm just gonna point out their Cash Apps and Venmos are in the pins all the way back. Second. So yes, show them some love, and if you have any questions, I say this would be an excellent time to bring that up. Ask them about anything else that hasn't been covered or demonstrated with Venus Persona and the like as we get ready to wind down. And don't feel shy about showing them some love and affection too for taking out the time out of their day and night to come and give this wonderful presentation at KazemiCon.
Thank you for that, Cap. Definitely. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, this is about 8 minutes in. So, okay. Anyone raise your hand if you had any specific questions about Venus Persona charts before we wrap up with Cap? So that way I know how much time I got left with y'all. And then do you bear in mind, once again, we're gonna have another space after this. I'm gonna kick it with y'all a little longer. We're gonna be able to roast Joe's love life after this.
I love how you default to love in general. When I was doing the I guess that space we had a few weeks ago, everybody had different prominent topics to talk about.
Yeah, I know. And how I kept telling you before we got up in here, like, oh, I don't want to go straight to love. I want to talk about love and finance and aesthetic. Yeah, I know.
You always bring up love, but some of these people, I brought up their fits. I put that shit on the jumbo. I talked about how the house they type of want, and no, not really, but like stuff like that. Like I didn't go straight to love, to be honest. Not until I started getting into asteroids, but again, that's not for tonight.
Look, separate package.
Yeah.
But again, that's why we appreciate you, though. You've been a
the
very
asteroids are premium content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mr. ASMR in the building, guys. But no. Let's wrap up with K's chart, I guess, then, and then we're gonna get ready to head on out and say our final goodbyes, okay?
What's this V? What's this?
What are you looking at?
It's an asteroid. I need to stop looking at these asteroids.
Stop it.
That is Vertex. So let me go away from that. I don't want to look at that in this chart. It's the way that whenever something crosses this vertex, though.
Which,
let me stop. Because I need to stop.
No. Don't give him too much sauce, brother. Listen. Okay.
Okay, do you have anything specific you want to talk about?
Oh, yeah. Any questions you got?
I'm trying to think because y'all like pretty much hit the nail on the head. Like just a little few things that you commented on is like, dang, yes. But it's also because I threw so many asteroids on there. It's like more information than what's needed. But let's see. I don't know. I'm just looking at the little the seesaw thing, where like in between the 11th and the 5th, I'm like, it's there. It's always gonna be there.
You live like that. It's okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, here's what we'll do. I'll wrap it up a little bit. Just because it's 1:55. How I normally wrap up my Venus charts, as I told y'all before, is at the North Node. I hit it a little bit earlier. Just work on visualizing what you want out of a relationship. At least from what I would think. You mentioned that you've been working on it. Just keep at it. And let's see, it's opposite. Well, it's not opposite, but Neptune is opposite Venus, actually, here in Cancer in the 11th. I'm trying to not say that it's all about friends. You're good at keeping them out of your business. That's how you got to keep it as a person, honestly. But overall, just understanding what you value. I'm assuming it's going to be a lot about family, about how you want to build it, how you want to set your home. It's in the 11th house, so there might be more public aesthetics in terms of that. But overall, that's what I'm seeing for you. Joe, do you have any advice on her chart? Because that Venus in Cancer got me rambling.
No, we're good.
Okay, so everybody, we truly appreciate y'all coming up into the space tonight. It's been a pleasure working with Kasimi.
Thank you.
Thank you, Cap, for sure, for letting us talk our talk one time for the one time.
And thank y'all for, coming out here and sharing your knowledge, reading all those charts. Again, if you can't, tip of the Cash App and everything, give them both a follow. They both host wonderful spaces. Give their content, a boost. We got to support our astrologers out here. It's rough out here. Venus, Kazemi, friends, all that wonderful stuff. So, be a good friend, support. And also, as this space is closing, and there was an after party space mentioned, please be aware that KazemiCon will not be responsible for any nipples pinched at the after party. Do not send us your medical bills because we're going to say that, look, that didn't happen on our time. That happened out there in the Twitter streets.
Not the streets.
All right, so as we're getting ready to close out, send some hearts and everything. Let them know that you have the love. Even if you don't have a mic, you can still show it.
And anyone new here to me, feel free to follow, and we're gonna open up the space in a few minutes. Guys, it's been a pleasure. Much love. Lucas, if Mari's still here, Mari's gone. Okay. Lucas, if you can, please come out to the space because I do want to go back over your chart a little bit if we can. After we go roast Joe's.
Thank y'all for coming.
Thank you for having us.
I love my fans. I love you so much.
This guy. Peace and love, y'all. It's been a blessing. 1.